Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liz. I post a lot of beauty related content here on my channel, and today we are talking about makeup that I've bought because of YouTubers. Now, I thought there was going to be a lot. There's not. There's kind of a lot, kind of not, but you know, let's just dive straight into the pile, and I will always give you my honest thoughts on these products as well. So the first thing that is right in front of me is the Lottie London Shimmer Squad. Now, I bought this because of Imagination. She raved about this highlight quad, and so did a bunch of other YouTubers, and I must admit, it's actually a really nice highlighter quad. Like, I used to use a lot this shade here called the Good Girl, but now I feel like if I was to use it again, I think Queen Bee would be more my shade. But they definitely have tones that I really like. So yeah, the Queen Bee shade down here is definitely a shade I would probably reach for now. These did retail for like $9.99, but I used to get it when it was like 3 for 2 on Superdrugs. But yeah, Imagination made me buy this. A blush palette. Now, I'm sure you guys know who made me buy this. This was Missa. Make Me Up Missa actually raved about this blusher palette. She was using it all throughout lockdown, and I had to order it and I had to grab it. It was such a nice blush palette. I must admit, I only used the 2 bottom colours. The 2 top colours are just not me. It's like a yellowy colour and like a brownish colour. They're just not the shades that I would naturally go towards. Okay, so the colour on the right is a bit more peachy. But yeah, they're just not shades I would go for. But the 2 bottom ones, oh, they're so good, so pigmented, and definitely shades I would reach for again and again. Like, look how strawberry that colour is. But it's such an affordable blush palette. Like, Barry M, I think, is meant to be all vegan and cruelty free. I love their brand, and I just love the palette itself. It's very simple, very nice. I feel like the pans are a little bit too small for a nice blush brush, but do you know what? It is a very good pigmented blush palette, and I give this a 9 out of 10 because of the blush pans. It wouldn't be a Lizzie video if I didn't talk about my NYX Honeydew Me Up. Now, this Honeydew Me Up has been with me for about 2-3 years now, and it's all because of Soph Does Nails, Imagination, and I think Tammy used to really like this. So this is one buy that a lot of YouTubers made me buy, because as soon as it came out, everyone was raving about it. But I didn't get on the hype until I picked it up from IMAX because it was on offer. I was like, everyone raves about it, let me pick it up. Let me tell you, I'm so glad I did. I have not found a primer as good as this, and I'm telling you, this is worth £15 if you want to spend it. I'm a bit tight and I will not spend £15 on this. I would spend £10. I would spend 3 for 2. But yeah, I highly recommend this primer. Another Missa made me buy is this Hojo highlighter. I think this is in 02 because it's the more like, it's more gold, and this is meant to be like the Amrezy highlighter, and she did a whole video comparing them. And the Amrezy is now sadly discontinued. You can't buy it, but you can buy this, and this was very affordable. It's so nice. It's got the same kind of imprint in there, but it's such a good highlight. It doesn't show off texture. It smooths straight into your skin, and there's 3 shades. There's a darker one and a lighter one, and so good. Couldn't have a lip liner in here without mentioning Tammy. This is the Glory lip liner by Revolution. I absolutely love this lip liner. Now I feel like after a while the formula of these lip liners are just not that great anymore, but I used to use this lip liner for all my after work do's, or if I was going somewhere, this was my go-to lip liner, and blend it in with a nice like lighter lip colour, a gloss on top, just kind of like this lip combo. Tammy just made me buy that. Some more lip liners I bought because of Hannah on Instagram and YouTube. Her Instagram is Handstand Loose, and then I can't remember, I don't know her YouTube, but I'm gonna link everyone down below. She literally she used these MUA lip liners to death. So did Missa, but it was because of Hannah that I bought these lip liners. I bought like most of the shades. See, this is the shade Sincere. lighter brown, and then we've got the shade Obsession is my favourite, but I haven't got it right now. We've got Icon, which is a little bit darker, but it is a nice shade. These are £1.50 for a very large amount of lip line. I highly recommend these. Now we're going to talk about these little things. These I bought because of Rach Leary. These are the Pearl Lights Loose Highlighter by Revolution. There is not a single shade that I own I would use anymore. I'm not dark enough to get away with this. I'm not pale enough to get away with this shade. There's not a nice gold. I have all the shades and it's just a waste because I can't use them. I think I could use them in the summer as like body highlights, but for now, in the winter, when you're all wrapped up, I can't use these. So yeah, these are something that, yes, Rach made me buy it, but I don't use them. Another buy because of Hannah is because of this Pro Base foundation. I don't think she actually likes it that much, but I watched her use it and I thought, let me try it out. Now this is a cult favorite for me. I absolutely love this. I get everybody onto it. I'm saying to people, as soon as I say to people about this foundation, I'm like, please just use it with a dewy primer. And everyone that I know uses this with a dewy primer loves it. I love it with a dewy primer. This is a shade 130, which I've absolutely broke. There's usually a spatula on here. I've kept the shade so I can try and remember what shade it is so that I can buy it again. But that is such a nice foundation. It's really matte, but if you put a dewy primer under there, it's so nice. Very full coverage. You can build it up. So it's like medium to full. You can really build it up. Very affordable. It's like £5. It's such a good... I love the Pro Base range because it's such a good range. Then we've got the lipstick Chauffeur by Revolution. I bought this obviously because of Soph Does Nails or Soph Does Life. This was like the iconic nudie pink shade right here. She used to wear this shade all the time. It's such a nice creamy shade. You've got it in the rose gold. You can get it in the matte. You can get it in like the Renaissance type lipsticks. You can get this in so many different types. They've got the lip liner in Chauffeur. I love this lipstick. It's such a nice pink. It reminds me of like when everyone hopped on the Kylie Jenner rave. This reminds me of that. Then I bought this Bourjois Healthy Mix Glow Primer in Apricot because of Emma's Rectangle. She used to rave about this primer. Smells so good. I must admit, that's the shade there. It's a very nice dewy primer, but not as nice as the Honey Dew Me Up. It's a reasonable price, like it's cheaper than the Honey Dew Me Up, but it's definitely not as great as I'd hoped it would be. Yeah, it's just not a primer for me. I will still use it, but if I have something else like the Honey Dew Me Up, the MUA one, even the Barry M one, I would use it before I use this. Someone is hoovering if you can hear it, I'm so sorry. Then we all remember this Lasting Perfection Concealer by Collection. I bought this because of Zoella. She used to rave about this concealer. This concealer is such good coverage. Look how pale the shade is that I used to wear. This is in the shade Fair. Is way too pale for me. Oxidizes, but it is such a good concealer. Like, even though there's so many cons to it, there's so many pros. Like, it's very affordable. It was £2.99. It oxidizes, but it's such a nice shade, and once you put it on quickly and powder down, you're not going to notice it oxidizing. Even the new formula still oxidizes on me. And when they did a live during lockdown, when they released the new one, I was like, oh, is it still oxidizing? They said, oh, it depends on the pH level of your skin. I was like, yeah, whatever, it oxidizes, doesn't it? So yeah, it still oxidizes, the new one. When I tested the new one, I even showed a clip of this is what it looks like now, and once I finish, this is what it looks like compared to a new swatch. So it oxidizes, but if you put on powder straight away, it's not going to oxidize, if you understand what I'm saying, if I've explained it correctly. So yeah, there's that. Who remembers Holifae on YouTube? She got so much crap on YouTube that she decided to stop. Well, she used to rave about this blush by Primark in the shade Drama, and I had to buy it because of her. It's the perfect like mauvey tone blush. Look at that. It's such a nice blush, and the only reason I bought this was because of her, and it was £1.50. I searched high and low for this blusher, and once I found it, could not stop using it. Another thing that I bought because of Holifae was these, or Holosun, no, it's Holofe on YouTube, is these MUA blushed. These are £1.50 and I think she used to use ginger quite a lot, and it is a very lovely shade, and you can mix the shades together or you can use one shade at a time, and I think these are only £1.50 and they're so nice and soft, and they're just shades that I would reach for quite a lot. So that is that pink shade. I don't really use the like peachy shade at all. And then I have the shade Peachy, which I've used quite a lot. This pink side is nice. Again, I don't use the lighter shades, like you can just mix them in, but I prefer the darker colours. And that shade right there. That is everything I bought because of different YouTubers. There's probably so much more in my collection and I could probably do this video again, but I thought let me just bring out like some holy grails and then some fails. So I really hope you did enjoy this video. Please smash a huge thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye guys.